Thì kính bạch quý ngài, chúng ta là những cái nhân tố trong công việc hoàng pháp và giáo dục rất quan trọng ở Mỹ này. Tuy nhiên, tất cả chúng ta hiện diện ở nơi đây đa phần là mang trong mình một cái nền văn hóa Á Đông, cụ thể là Việt Nam, và áp dụng ở Mỹ này thì nó chỉ được một phần nào thôi. Cho nên trong công cuộc hoàng pháp và giáo dục, chúng ta không thể nào thiếu đi được những cái người, những cái nhân tố mà sinh ra và lớn lên ở Mỹ đây. Thì vừa rồi chúng ta đã được nghe Đại Đức Thích Đạt Tín là những cái người tức là không sinh ra ở đây nhưng mà lớn lên ở đây từ nhỏ, hấp thụ nền văn hóa của Mỹ từ nhỏ, và cũng tương tự như thế. Và chúng ta thấy nhận đây có sự hiện diện của Đại Đức Thích Ấn Minh là người sinh ra, lớn lên và hấp thụ cái nền giáo dục của Mỹ. Nhất định rằng là Thượng tọa sẽ đem lại rất nhiều cái quan điểm rất lợi lạc trong công cuộc hoàng pháp và giáo dục ở tại xứ Mỹ này. Thì chúng con xin được cung thỉnh Đại Đức lên chia sẻ cùng với hội nghị. A Di Đà Phật.
Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Kính bạch hòa thượng, quý vị hòa thượng, thượng tọa Đại Đức Tăng Ni, và kính thưa đại chúng và kính thưa khán giả đang xem đài IBC. Thì hôm nay con có duyên sự để chia sẻ cái đường hướng hoàng pháp và giáo dục trong cái thế hệ mới. Và con xin phép là con sẽ nói bằng tiếng Anh cho nó dễ hơn cho con, cho nó khỏi mất thời gian thưa quý cô bác, cô chú và quý ngài. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. I have the pleasure of sharing my experiences with everyone here. I was given the notice like 5 minutes ago on preparing a speech, and I'm just going to speak from the heart and what I know and what we need to do to go into the new direction. Because I've been in the temple since I was 7, and I've seen my master build a temple as small as a garage with $500 in his pocket. And he was able to build the temple on 4th Street in Mission. And then I was able to see him build the temple in Monterey Park. And afterwards, I saw him build the temple in San Gabriel, and also a monastery in Azusa, and to the facility that we see here now in Westminster, California. And so this 30-year journey that I've seen being with him from the very beginning, I've seen what works and what does not work in the new millennium, in the new age. Frankly, I believe that in the future, not that many people will come to the temple. Unfortunately, that is a very sad fact. The reason why is because we don't have the time. A lot of the culture in American culture right now is that they want to work as much as they can to make as much money as they can so then they can retire or do whatever they want. Taking time out of the week to come to the temple to pray, they only come due to obligations. They come because someone died in their family. They come because they're going through some sickness or some illness. Frankly, someone who is healthy, who is around the age of 30 to 40 or even 40 to 50, will not come to the temple unless they have to. And so how can we as monks share our experiences if they don't come to the temple? What we have to do is that we have to go beyond the physical structure, and we have to go through a realm that we can reach to millions of people at one time. See, in the world that we live in right now, it's called the age of information, meaning that with a click of a button within your hand, within your fingers, you're able to reach as much knowledge as you want on Google. Google has 84,000 ways to attain enlightenment. We live in the age of information. People right now are drowning in information. They're drowning in knowledge. So what do they crave the most? They crave wisdom. See, in the new world right now, our goal as monks is not to teach the Dharma anymore. That's the older generation. People who didn't have Google, who didn't have the internet, who didn't have access to resources or books, they come to the master or they come to a temple hoping that the master can teach them the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the 37 factors of enlightenment, or what are the sufferings, all that. But as the age that we live in right now, in the age of information, we live in a time that if we want to learn about the Eightfold Path, the Four Noble Truths, or any of the doctrines or the Dharma that the Buddha taught, within a click of a button, we can research everything that we need. However, what can't they do that we know is how to apply Buddhism in their everyday life. We know from our own experiences and from our own practice how we can take the Dharma and apply it in the everyday life so we can achieve mindfulness, peace of mind, and happiness. Ask anyone out there right now what they want most, and I guarantee you a lot of people say they want happiness. But with the world that we live in right now, we live in the world of fear. Politics, war, famine, all this in the news right now. If you turn on the news, on CNN or Fox News, you can see it's talking about the world war in the Middle East, chemical attacks in Syria, Trump this, Putin this, all these things that's so negative. So the world right now, they're looking for something positive. Right now is actually the most positive, most opportune time for Buddhism to take the reign. But the reason why we haven't able to do anything yet is the fact that we're not united as one, and the fact that we're still going about the same way of doing things 2,500 years from now. When Buddhism from India came into China, it adapted Chinese culture and it became Chinese Buddhism. When Buddhism came into Vietnam, it adapted Vietnamese culture and it adapted into what they call Vietnamese Buddhism. When Buddhism from India went into Japan, it adapted Japanese culture to create Japanese Buddhism. So when Buddhism comes from Vietnam, from China, from Sri Lanka, from India to America, then what do we have to do? We have to adapt to the American culture to therefore create what we call American Buddhism. But Buddhism right now entering in America is still at a very, very young age. However, that young age gives us the opportunity that we need to go forth and do it right. So how can we do it right? What can we do? And the answer is your smartphone. The smartphone. Everyone in their pockets right now they have a smartphone. So if we learn how to apply or create a program that they can access Buddhism straight on their phone, then we are able to reach not only people in the United States, but we're able to reach everyone across the world. What people are looking for is how they can adapt Buddhism, how they can practice Buddhism. They don't want to learn about the Eightfold Path. They don't want to learn how to learn about the Four Noble Truths. They don't want to learn about the 37 factors of enlightenment. They can learn it, but they don't know how to apply it. Everyone in here knows how to lose weight and eat right. You eat half of what you do. You drink more water, and you walk a block every single day. If you do that consistently every single day, you'll start to lose weight. But people don't do it because they don't have the discipline. A lot of people are looking for Buddhism on how can I become more happier? How can I be stress-free? How can I be more positive? But they don't know how to take the Four Noble Truths and apply it in their life. They don't know how to take the Eightfold Path and apply it in their life. I recently talked to someone who says that I only teach the Four Noble Truths and I don't teach the Eightfold Path because it's impossible to practice the Eightfold Path in today's world. And I said that is not true. Because right now, if you cannot practice the Eightfold Path, then there's no reason for you to practice Buddhism. The Eightfold Path is Buddhism. The Eightfold Path is the path towards enlightenment. And if we discard the Eightfold Path, then there's no way that you can practice Buddhism correctly. So there's a lot of misinterpretation and misinformation that's going around about Buddhism that we need to correct. But in order for us to move forward correctly and more positively, we have to first come together as one. Because I myself can't do this alone. Two people can't do this. But if each and every one of us in here, we were to do it, then we can create something positive. Because my knowledge can only go up to a certain level. If Thầy Đặc Tinh knowledge added with mine, we might go even higher. If Thầy Thanh Nguyen's knowledge, ours, come together, we can do something greater. If all the masters and all the younger monks come together and we share our experiences and somehow take our experiences, our knowledge, and we put down into a program that we can communicate into every single person's phone via YouTube, via Facebook, via Instagram, via whatever social media now, then we can do it. But we have to first come together first. Because I believe I don't have the power and the drive that my master does. He has the help of the older generation in the Vietnamese community here that's able to continue the tradition that they did back in Vietnam. But what happens when 10 years from now or 20 years from now when I guarantee you 80% of the people in this room will go away through laws of impermanence? Eventually, it's going to be me and a couple of younger monks. And then if you look out to the crowd, no one here is bringing their grandkids or they're bringing their children. Only the senior, older generations are here, but the younger generations are not with them to experience what we're going through right now. So there's a big link. So if we truly want to build Buddhism in a direction that everyone can win, then those who attend the conference, or most importantly, tomorrow, the Buddha's birthday, then you have to bring your younger generation. You have to bring your children. You have to bring your grandchildren. You have to bring your niece. You have to bring your nephew. You cannot listen to their lies and saying that they're busy. They're not busy. They're at home playing games. They're on Netflix watching TV. The younger generation now, they have lack of direction. They have no direction. If they're saying they're at home and they're busy wasting time. So you have to go over, realize that they're lying to you, bring them to the temple, and put them in front of us, the younger generation, that we can share our experiences on how we can help improve the quality of their life so then they can become a person of benefit, not only to the family, but to society as themselves. And as we continue to do that, if you can offer your help to bring the younger generation to the temple, then I guarantee you, I myself, as well as all the young monks here, will do the best that we can to share our experiences as monks on how they can become a better person, how they can apply Buddhism into their daily life, and how they can achieve the results that they want, which is become more happy, become more stress-free, live a life of abundance, a life of greatness, a life of wealth, but most importantly, a life of happiness. And I don't want to take much time from everyone here. I would like to thank everyone to allow me to give the time to share my experiences. And the next time around, I will come more prepared to see how we can put this together into a more definite digital program that we can share with everyone, not just only here, not only California, not only the United States, but everyone around the world. Namo Bumsu Te Kai Moni Fa.